Good afternoon. This is the House Appropriations Committee. It is Friday, May 16th, 2025. It's 1:35 p.m. and we are here to vote on a bill. Yesterday, we heard S-126, which is the healthcare bill. And we had an amendment, just remembering that now. So we have two parts. The amendment is where we put the money back in the bill in a strange twist of appropriations activity. We didn't take it out, we put it back in. It's fenced off in the budget. So it's accounted for. The bill goes on its own merits. It's also my understanding that this bill is ultimately going to go to a committee of conference after it leaves here and goes to the floor. So I'm trying to give you everything I know about it. So does anybody have any questions or comments on this at this point? So if that is the case, we need to first have a motion to approve the amendment, which is draft 1.2, the House Appropriations Amendment to the healthcare bill. Is there a motion to do so? Sure. Okay, Tiff? That puts the money back in. Any comments on that? Hearing none, and the clerk is ready, please call the roll.
Representative Blumenle.
Yes.
Representative Dickinson.
I wait till I read the amendment.
You what?
I wait till I read the amendment.
You were here yesterday for the amendment.
I know, but I want to look, that was yesterday, that's a long time ago.
So do we need more time before we vote? We aren't going to skip and come back. So we will pause on the vote.
Pause
126.
for a minute.
This is 126.
Yes.
The healthcare bill.
The
We have an
healthcare
amendment
bill,
to
we
put the
had
money
the
back in.
amendment to put the money back in.
The Senate had taken the money out if they had it in their version of the budget. And those House
Hold on,
budget
I'm thinking,
copies
you just,
said, no, put it in the bill.
that was our amendment,
That's our amendment.
our amendment
And then Nolan went over the chart.
for telehealth.
S1.
Yes,
Good?
yes.
Okay. Let's continue the roll.
Representative Harrison.
Yeah.
Representative Consenso.
Yes.
Representative Roche. Yes. Representative Rowicki.
Yes.
Representative Squirrel, yes. Representative Stevens. Yes. David, are you voting?
Yes, I am voting today, and my vote is yes.
Representative Iacoboni.
Yes.
And Representative Shine.
Yes.
Then, yeah.
10-01, yeah. Mike is, so just so you guys know, they had a big flood where he is, and he
Oh, no.
picture of flooding, and he had to haul heavy equipment out where he is at this festival and clean it all and overnight and haul heavy equipment in to get going again today. So he's not exactly having the time of his life right now. It's a big event for them. So they've had a lot of rain in Brimfield apparently. Okay. So now we have, okay, that was our amendment. And now we have the House Healthcare Report, and they did a strike all.
It's amended by House Health.
Right. And further amended by us?
Yes.
Okay. So is there a motion to report favorably on page 126 as amended by the Committee on Healthcare and further amended by Appropriations? John, thank you. Any other questions or comments on this at this point? And as I said earlier, this will end up in a committee of conference. Okay, Pete, let's call the roll, please.
Representative Blumenle.
Yes.
Representative Dickinson.
No,
Representative Harrison.
Yes.
Representative Consenso.
Yes.
Representative Roche.
Yes.
Representative Rowicki.
Yes.
Representative Squirrel, yes. Representative Stevens.
Yes.
Representative Iacoboni.
Yes.
Representative Shaw.
Yes.
1011, I mean 911.
911. And so Dave, I think you'll be the reporter of this bill.
And that'll be on Tuesday, correct?
Well, it'll be on it may
yeah,
be because
you're
of the
right.
token session on
Yeah.
Monday. So assume Tuesday, Dave.
Okay. Is Nolan
Okay,
in,
and
Madam Chair, is Nolan in the room?
Nolan is here.
Yeah.
Could I ask Nolan to email me the table of the finances that he shared with us yesterday?
Yes,
I just want to,
that would be great.
thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Yep.
And David, I'll send you an email in about 10 minutes.
Okay,
Great, so we'll get that up to Nigel and be all set. So, committee, we also heard 127 yesterday, and that is still in flux, so I have nothing more to tell you about that, except we're not voting it today. So we'll hear more next week. And then the other two bills are the DMV bill and the workforce bill. One's in transportation and one's in commerce. Those are not
Her
big bills.
presentation was about-
They did, so we'll get that next week. But I don't think either of them are particularly controversial. I think we're dealing with that now, the controversial one, but this one, these next two are coming, and those are still the only other two additional ones I'm aware of that are coming to our committee. I'll check in again later today with the speaker and see if that's it. But that's where we are. So in the meantime, we are going to have the Deputy Commissioner of A&R, is that his coming, Neil?
Okay.
Neil Kim, is coming from A&R on Tuesday. We rescheduled him till Tuesday. He was originally going to come in today to talk about the ARPA money from DEC, because we saw how concerned, the big red flags, literally. So he's coming at 1. And at the moment, that's what we have scheduled because, other things may come. We may get these other bills on the floor on Tuesday. I don't know. So if there's anything else that you want to hear from anybody about, I think we're going to have Emily and Scott come in and just talk about the cash fund, little education session to try to understand the cash fund. So we'll have that. But if there are other topics that you want, you've been through the whole budget cycle now. If there's stuff in the budget you wish you knew more about, topic areas or whatever, just let us know and we can, have a little education session and yes.
May we hear possibly about the cuts to AmeriCorps? The federal government did quite a bit of zeroing out of
Yes.
AmeriCorps, and of course that affects things like the YCC, which is an incredible summer program. There are people for the AmeriCorps that are peppered up,
Resource.
throughout nonprofit or other agencies, and they got cut.
Yeah, I was just hearing about something else. So who would we have talk to us about that?
Possibly commerce. Specifically, I know VHCB places a bunch of people, but they're not the main source.
Right. No, 'cause well, if you want to explore who could come in and talk to us, that would be great. There must be sort of a central something or other.
It might be, I'll find out.
Okay. And Lynn?
Yeah, the governor vetoed a bill, the H-219, the thing on today's calendar. I was told by someone that the money was in the budget,
Yes.
so it's gonna go on anyway. It's been there all along.
Yeah.
And I was confused then. He said somebody had suggested to him that he put it in his budget. He didn't put it in his budget, but then it ended up, I'm not quite sure. I'm
I think
confused
there was
with
a
the whole thing.
what I understand, and Trevor can tell us more, there's a technical,
I couldn't tell what the language is right off, that language, but basically the language in 219 says the governor will or shall include this in the budget in future years, and you can't do that there. How that got all the way through the process,
right. So it was sort of
So
a constitutional
Right.
thing.
Yeah, it's.
So
not-
he didn't, it isn't that he doesn't support the program, it's that, but right, he supports the program, and because it was in the budget, he could veto this and we have better language in the budget.
So I guess he was inviting theater to work with them next year to get new clean language. Or I guess if there was something similar, you could amend it to, I mean,
Well, the problem, yeah, I mean, that was an option, given a little bit more time. We could have probably tacked something on something, a 109 we passed out today. It's time to-
yeah, that might have been
Yeah.
germane to that.
Yeah.
Or, and,
Because they came up and I said, no, it wasn't. It doesn't really matter.
no.
I already talked to the folks. They're
Yeah,
all
so
set for me.
It was just sort of one of those weird things. So it wasn't your typical veto.
Yeah, it wasn't, and it wasn't like it was, yeah, it wasn't like we put it in the budget, but he didn't. It was,
No, it was, yeah. So I think we're all set on that. So good question. Yeah, so here's the budget now. So the countdown has started. I don't know if it started yesterday afternoon or today, but certainly Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. So by Wednesday that would be the end of day five. Well, usually we send it to the governor and then we go home. So here we are.
yeah,
It's
so here.
every session is different and here we are. Yeah, another different session.
Yeah.
So let's go off live. Dave, have a good weekend. We will be back in this committee at 11 a.m.